Hello, let me give you a quick little rundown on diphenhydramine. I am Dakota Cross, and you have probably used this before. Actually, you might be using it right now since it's springtime and there's lots of pollen in the air. So it actually goes by a couple different names. Diphenhydramine also goes by Benadryl, Unisom, Nidal, allergy medication. Really more the PM allergy medication. The AM medication is usually using like Sudafed or some sort of decongestant that doesn't make you sleepy like Benadryl does. So the formula is 17 carbons, 21 hydrogens, a nitrogen, and an oxygen. And those all fall together in this shape that you see to the right, the 3D and the 2D version for your viewing pleasures. So in 1940 at the University of Cincinnati, George Riefenstahl, a chemical engineer, was researching muscle spasms and how to relieve them. And so he managed to synthesize diphenhydramine, and this acts to inhibit the histamine 1 receptors, which basically cause allergy symptoms and a lot of other stuff that you're going to discover in the next slide. So by 1946, after lots of testing, it was approved by the FDA for prescription use, and then down the line in the 80s, it was approved for over-the-counter use. So now you can find them basically everywhere, drugstores, HEB, you name it. So this was synthesized by Riefenstahl from a benzhydryl bromide and a 2-dimethylamino ethanol reaction. A bit of a mouthful there. So it basically helps treat muscle spasms, insomnia, itching caused by cancer treatments, as well as rashes and itching caused by allergies, vertigo, and motion sickness. So this isn't going to help like really acute allergies, but it'll help like the more gentle but still very annoying allergies. So some of the side effects include, we're going to go by this fast like a commercial, dry mouth, nose, and throat, drowsiness, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, constipation, increased chest congestion, lack of appetite, headache, muscle weakness, excitement, nervousness, vision problems, hallucinations, painful urination, and liver damage. So the ones towards the bottoms, that's more if you're taking a little bit too much. But a lot of people get drowsiness, dizziness, nausea, and stuff like really easily off of it. I know I get tired pretty easily from Unisom. So some fun, funky facts about diphenhydramine. The histamine effects peak 1 to 3 hours after use, but they last for 7 hours. So that's really great to manage for allergy symptoms for like a longer period of time. But the sedative effects peak 1 to 3 hours after use. So it helps people with insomnia who have problem falling asleep. It helps them, but it's not going to help you if you have problems staying asleep, basically. So in 2022, another little tidbit of history about this, there was a Benadryl challenge on TikTok, and lots of memes on this topic on Instagram and such. But basically, it was just a trend of a bunch of kids, not kids, like teenagers, taking too much Benadryl, and that causes this like euphoria or high and hallucinations. But this is actually really dangerous because basically they're taking enough Benadryl to be experiencing overdose symptoms. Yeah, so it's not great. This can make you pass out, have seizures, heart problems, obviously liver damage, and you could even die. So and again, it's just not great all around. The high itself is not worth it. You can get hallucinations. Most users actually describe like hallucinations of bugs and spiders crawling on them and on the walls, and paranoia, anxiety, just really not fun stuff. Yeah, I imagine the image to the right is what it feels like. Here are citations and links to some of the pictures that were used if y'all ever want to check any of these out. It's a really interesting drug, and I don't think people think about it enough. Yeah.